strange is going on with Oprah Winfrey's South African school for girls. Started spreading rumors that girls are disappearing from the school. According to these rumors, several students from the school have gone missing.
A couple of pets as well. Yeah. A dog and a cat with interesting names, to say the least.
Yeah. That's Oprah.
That's Oprah. Okay. Named after the Oprah, and your cat's name is?
And Gail.
Gail, okay, Gail.
Yo, so why am I hearing that Oprah had a school for girls and all of them went missing?
Buddy, these are my girls. These are my girls.
Okay, so unless you've been completely offline, you already know 50 Cent has been at war with Oprah Winfrey for years. But this time, it's different. He's not just trolling her on Instagram, he's not just calling her out in interviews, he's sending a direct, chilling message, and the whole industry is shaking. 50 Cent just looked into the camera and told Oprah to run. Not walk, not prepare a statement, run. Because apparently, the woman who was about to step forward and expose everything has nothing left to lose. And she's been saving receipts for over a decade. We're talking sealed legal documents, private voice recordings, and a story so dark it could burn down the entire kingdom Oprah spent 40 years building. The question isn't if she'll speak, it's when. And if 50 Cent is right, Oprah's only option is to get out of the way before the whole world sees her for who they say she really is. So, grab your snacks and settle in, because this story has more layers than a 7-tiered wedding cake, and every single one of them is dripping with betrayal.
Favorite meal for him?
When he was growing up, his favorite food was pork and beans and Franks.
Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. You still like them?
Yeah. It was the fastest. Like things for you to cook.
Let's go all the way back to the beginning, because you can't understand why this moment is so explosive unless you understand the history. For more than 2 decades, 50 Cent has been the one celebrity who refused to bow down to Oprah Winfrey. While everyone else was desperate for a seat on her couch, praying for that magical Oprah effect to bless their book or their movie, 50 was standing on the outside looking in, arms folded, calling her out by name. And it didn't start with a joke or a casual diss. This was personal from day one. When 50 was fresh out of Jamaica, Queens, transitioning from the street life to a global music phenomenon, his team wanted to clean up his image. They thought an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show would show a different side of him, a deeper, more thoughtful man behind the bulletproof vest and the gangster rap persona. So they reached out, hoping she'd give him a chance, but Oprah shut it down immediately. She didn't just say no. According to 50, she made it clear she wanted nothing to do with him, not as a person, not as an artist. She didn't like his music, and she didn't like what he represented. Now, to understand how brutal that rejection was, you have to remember that at the time, Oprah's audience was overwhelmingly white and middle-aged. She was the queen of daytime television, and her blessing could make you a crossover star. Her rejection could leave you stranded on the wrong side of the cultural fence. So when she refused to even entertain the idea of sitting down with him, 50 did what he always does. He fought back with his mouth. He called her an Oreo, black on the outside, white on the inside. He said she catered to old white women who were terrified of real hip-hop, and that her show was just confirmation that he'd never be accepted by the mainstream on their terms. He didn't cry about it. He weaponized the rejection and turned it into fuel. But here's what most people don't realize. That interview did eventually happen, not because Oprah had a change of heart, but because industry power players twisted her arm. 50 was too big to ignore, and the ratings were too tempting. So she sat across from him, smiled for the cameras, and pretended the whole thing was water under the bridge. But 50 never forgot. He knew it was fake. He knew she was forced to do it, and deep down, that's when he started paying very close attention to the way she moved behind the scenes. That's when he began collecting the stories.
She had made about, I was there for a crash for the movie.
Yeah.
And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You know, you didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music. Right.
Over the years, what he found was a pattern so ugly and so consistent that it couldn't be a coincidence. It wasn't just him. Oprah had been stepping on the necks of Black creatives for years, sacrificing their careers at the altar of her own image. You want proof? Just look at what happened to Ludacris. Luda came on her show to promote the movie Crash, a serious, Oscar-winning film that was supposed to elevate his acting career. He was sitting there with his castmates, ready to talk about art and social commentary, but Oprah had a completely different plan. She barely mentioned the movie. Instead, she ambushed him with questions about his lyrics, specifically his use of the N-word. She pressed him relentlessly, painting him as a negative influence while her audience nodded along, clutching their pearls. And if that wasn't bad enough, after the taping, her team edited his responses in a way that made him look inarticulate, like he couldn't even string a sentence together.
She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal, and when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
Right, was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it.
Wow.
Like, was just quiet. And didn't
Are you this man?
She used him as a scapegoat, a prop to reaffirm every ugly stereotype her predominantly white audience held about Black men, all so she could look like a moral authority. She didn't care that she was humiliating another Black artist on national television. Her brand came first. 50 Cent watched that whole thing unfold, and he filed it away in his mind as Exhibit A. Then there was Dave Chappelle, and this one gets even darker. Dave walked onto her stage after he had made the jaw-dropping decision to reject a $50 million deal with Comedy Central and walk away from his hit show. He was vulnerable, exhausted, and trying to explain to the world why he had to leave it all behind. Rumors were already swirling that the contract terms were so vicious that his life was allegedly in danger, and that he fled to South Africa just to stay safe. So here he is, sitting with Oprah, trusting her with his truth. And what did she do? She kept interrupting him. She kept nudging him, trying to force him to admit to things that weren't true, trying to twist his story into a narrative about substance misuse. It was like she had a script in her head, and she wasn't going to let Dave's reality get in the way. She wanted him to be the tragic clown, not a genius who saw the machine for what it was. 50 Cent took note. Another powerful Black man, chewed up and spit out on Oprah's stage, his pain repackaged for entertainment.
Saying that you had become increasingly paranoid. Would you say you were paranoid?
Sure. First of all, what is a Black man without his paranoia intact? You might win $100 in a poker game and be on the subway. You're gonna look over your shoulder. They just said in everything I had $50 million. That's like making me a marked man.
So did you go to a psychiatric hospital?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Who? It's me. I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like, you know.
But you were stressed out. That's why.
No question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you.
And you cannot talk about this pattern without talking about Monique and Taraji P. Henson. Their stories are almost identical, and they prove that Oprah's behavior wasn't just about hip-hop or comedy, it was about control and punishment. Monique won an Oscar for Precious, a movie Oprah and Tyler Perry produced. She was paid a measly $50,000 for that role, and when it came time to promote the film internationally, they expected her to fly herself out, pay for her own hotels, and smile for the cameras, all out of that same pocket change. Monique, respecting her own worth, said no. She honored her contract but refused to work for free. The retaliation was swift and brutal. She says Oprah and Tyler Perry blackballed her. They labeled her difficult, and suddenly the phone stopped ringing. An Oscar winner, reduced to doing small comedy clubs because she dared to ask to be treated fairly. 50 Cent was one of the only voices in the industry to publicly stand beside her. He posted her picture, praised her talent, and demanded Oprah and Tyler apologize. He told them he was going to put her back on top himself. He was making a statement not just about Monique, but about the whole toxic system that Oprah was allegedly enforcing from her throne.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. Tired of hearing that my entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, and when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough.
Then came Taraji, and the wound was still fresh. Taraji starred in The Color Purple, a movie Oprah was heavily involved in, and the story of how she was treated broke the internet's heart. She revealed she was severely underpaid, disrespected, and pushed to the edge. In an interview with Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, Taraji broke down in tears, saying she was considering quitting acting altogether because she couldn't take the constant fight just to be valued. And what did Gayle do? She sat there, stone-faced, then tried to joke about it, tried to gaslight Taraji while the cameras rolled. It was a horrific display of mean girl energy, and everyone knew Gayle was protecting Oprah. The message was clear. You do not embarrass Oprah Winfrey, even with your own suffering. 50 Cent jumped right into that mess, reposting an article and telling Taraji, forget them, I'm ready to work, let's get it. He was positioning himself as the protector of the very people Oprah had allegedly stepped on.
What is that black dick connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed. By some black who had no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. No, baby, I wasn't blackballed. I was up by some who had no balls. And see, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too fucking much. It would me not to say the real shit. It would me not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly. So y'all can suck my if I had one.
Now, with all that background, you might think the war is just 50 Cent being loud on social media. But what if I told you that all of those stories are just the warm-up act? Because recently, 50 Cent's tone shifted from trolling to something much more serious. He stopped just making fun of Oprah and started issuing warnings. He started dropping hints that someone else, a woman, has been sitting in the shadows, building a case so airtight that it could take Oprah down for good. He looked straight into the lens and told Oprah to run, not because he's going to do something, but because she is about to expose everything. And when I tell you the identity of this woman will make your jaw drop, I need you to understand the sheer gravity of what she's holding. Here's the twist. The woman 50 Cent is talking about isn't a new enemy. It's someone who was once deep inside Oprah's inner circle, someone who saw the machinery up close, who witnessed how the sausage was made, and who apparently documented every single thing. This individual reportedly sat in meetings where Oprah discussed how to handle certain black artists who stepped out of line. She was there when phone calls were made to kill distribution deals. She was in the room when private conversations were had about how to spin narratives in the media to make Oprah look like a savior while destroying anyone who challenged her. For years, this woman stayed quiet, bound by non-disclosure agreements and perhaps a flicker of loyalty. But something snapped. According to 50 Cent's cryptic posts and the whispers now roaring through Hollywood, this woman watched the Taraji situation and the Monique situation, and she decided she could no longer be silent. She reached out to 50 Cent directly, not for money, not for fame. She came to him because she saw him as the only person with enough power and enough nerve to protect her once the bomb goes off. 50 Cent, being the strategist he is, has been sitting on this information, waiting for the perfect moment to detonate it.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment.
What nobody expected was the kind of evidence she's supposedly carrying. We're not just talking about angry text messages or gossip. Sources close to the situation say she has financial records showing how certain payments were structured to keep talent impoverished and dependent. She has audio recordings where Oprah's voice is allegedly heard dismissing the emotional well-being of someone who was literally begging for fair treatment. And most disturbingly, she has documentation tied to that school in South Africa, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, that goes far beyond what the public ever knew. Everyone remembers the scandal back in 2007 when the dorm matron was arrested for horrific physical and sexual abuse against the students. Oprah flew over, apologized, fired the woman, and the world moved on. But this insider is saying that was just the surface. She claims there were multiple incidents that were covered up, students who went missing from the records, allegations that were silenced with money and threats, the human remains that were rumored to be found on the grounds. This woman says she has testimony that will force a real investigation.
Something strange is going on with Oprah Winfrey's South African School for Girls.
Go look and see what happened to them girls.
So Oprah opened the school all the way back in 2007. And since the school's opening, it has been marred with many different controversies. You see, shortly after the school opened, a matron of the school was charged with touching several of the girls in a very inappropriate manner. When the crime eventually came to light, Oprah herself went to fire the school's head mistress. Then, in another incident that happened in 2011, law enforcement investigated the body of a newborn that was found in one of the students' bags. Apparently, one of the girls at the school gave birth, but there were no charges filed against her after this incident. There were also other scandals the school was involved in, like in 2009 when 7 students were suspended for harassing their classmates. And now there's a new scandal that the school is known for, as many people online have started spreading rumors that girls are disappearing from the school. According to these rumors, several students from the school have gone missing. But as of right now, nobody is sure why these rumors have started, as there is currently no news reporting that there have been missing girls at Oprah's school.
She claims Oprah's team created a culture of fear so intense that young girls were terrified to speak out, and when they did, their lives were ruined. This isn't about a rapper's bruised ego anymore. This is about a potential criminal cover-up that spans continents. As 50 Cent began to tease this information online, the energy shifted dramatically. He didn't post a meme, he didn't make a joke. His voice in a late-night Instagram live was stone cold. He said, "I keep telling y'all, Oprah is not who you think she is. I've been saying it for 20 years. But now, somebody who was in the house is ready to talk, and I'm going to make sure the world hears her. So if I'm Oprah, I'm not sleeping good tonight. I'm not doing meditation and walking in my garden. I'm calling lawyers, because when this sister speaks, there's no coming back. Run." The internet went into a frenzy. People started digging, trying to figure out who the mystery woman is. Is it a former executive from Harpo Studios? Is it an ex-assistant? Is it someone connected to the school? All 50 would say is that she was closer than a shadow and that she's ready to sit down for a tell-all interview that he plans to produce and distribute through his own network. He's not waiting for a mainstream outlet to give her a platform. He's building the stage himself. And here's where the emotional weight of all this really lands. Think about what it means to carry a secret like this for over a decade. This woman, whoever she is, has been walking around with the knowledge of how many lives were allegedly destroyed, how many careers were sabotaged, how many young girls were allegedly hurt, while the world kept calling Oprah a saint. She had to watch Oprah give speeches about empowerment, had to see her receive Lifetime Achievement Awards, had to listen to her preach about truth and integrity, all while knowing the truth was buried in a locked drawer. The psychological toll of that silence is unimaginable. She likely wrestled with fear, not just of legal retaliation, but of being crushed by an empire that has shown it will destroy anyone who crosses it. Monique's empty calendar is a warning. Taraji's tears on national television are a warning. This woman saw what happens to people who speak out, and she still decided to step forward. That takes a level of courage that most of us will never have to summon.
And what about the victims? What about the women like Monique who spent years questioning their own sanity, wondering if they were truly difficult or if they were just targets? What about Taraji, who stood on a stage, emaciated by stress, telling the world she felt worthless in an industry that she had given her whole heart to? What about the students at that school who went to Africa hoping for salvation and found a nightmare? 50 Cent's involvement is dramatic and flashy, but underneath the bravado, there is a real wound here. The Black community has elevated Oprah to near divine status for decades. She has been the symbol of what is possible, the woman who made it out of poverty and trauma to become the most powerful media mogul on earth. If these allegations are true, it's not just a celebrity scandal, it's a spiritual betrayal of the deepest kind. It means the person we trusted to tell us our stories, to cry with us, to give away cars and shout our names with joy, was allegedly running a machine that chewed up Black talent and silenced Black girls. That kind of revelation doesn't just destroy a reputation, it breaks hearts. It makes people question every single thing they ever believed about success and morality. Now, 50 Cent is standing at the center of a hurricane, and for once, he's not laughing. He's positioning himself as the executor of a long overdue justice. He says he's giving Oprah a window, a brief moment to come clean before the woman he's protecting drops her truth. He warned her to run, but where would she run to? If the documents are as explosive as he says, no amount of private jets and remote island compounds can hide her from a global reckoning. The legal implications alone could be massive: civil lawsuits, criminal investigations in South Africa, a complete collapse of her brand partnerships. Weight Watchers, Apple, all the corporations that have hitched their wagons to her wholesome image would scatter like roaches in daylight. Her legacy, the schools, the book club, the iconic interviews, everything she built would be viewed through the lens of this new, horrifying context. So here we are, waiting for the other shoe to drop. 50 Cent has turned a decades-long grudge into a movement, and whether you love him or hate him, he's the reason this story is about to see the light. He refused to let the rumors die. He refused to let Monique and Taraji be forgotten. And now he's standing behind a woman whose name we don't yet know, promising that when she speaks, Oprah's entire house of cards will fall. The question is, will Oprah finally answer the accusations directly, or will she do what she's always done and try to wait it out behind a wall of lawyers and carefully crafted PR statements? The clock is ticking, and if 50 Cent has anything to do with it, Oprah is about to learn that you can't outrun the truth forever. Now, I want to know what you're thinking. Do you believe 50 Cent really has a credible insider ready to expose Oprah? Or is this just another chapter in their endless beef? And if the mystery woman does come forward, will the industry finally be forced to confront the way it treats Black talent? Or will we just watch another Black woman take the fall while the machine keeps running? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you want to stay updated on every single twist in this saga, make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing, because something tells me this story is only just beginning and the next reveal could change everything.